What's going on, guys? It's Salvaje and I'm back at it again with another Fortnite Save the World video. This video is going to be more of a discussion piece. As always, my supporter creator code is Salvaje. If you want to rock that, of course, I would highly appreciate that. This mission that you guys are going to be seeing in the background is probably the worst endgame level mission that I have experienced in Fortnite Save the World. My teammates were clueless. They didn't contribute to the mission at all by setting up any trap tunnels or, setting up any traps. And on top of all that, my teammates also didn't even know how to defend an objective and actually contribute to the mission by building and, of course, upgrading their building pieces. Oh yeah, and my teammates would sometimes literally just build for the sake of building and just place walls where they shouldn't place walls. This is what's happening at the endgame levels of play. In Fortnite Save the World at the moment, there has been a huge flux of endgame players coming into Twine Peaks. And a lot of those players, I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty stupid. And the Save the World community, they always want to put the blame on Epic, right? We have to find the reason to blame Epic. It's clearly Epic's fault that these Save the World endgame players are terrible. So a lot of the people in the Save the World community are saying the only reason why we have terrible players at the endgame levels of play is because of the increased experience gain. That's bullshit, all right? And let me tell you guys why that's bullshit. Because I wished that when I was a Canny Valley player that I would be able to level up faster and make it to Twine Peaks as fast as possible. Because when I was in Canny Valley, I was a really good Fortnite Save the World player. Why? Because I was educated, because I was dedicated to the game, because I wanted to learn, and most importantly, I also wanted to contribute to missions. Let's take a look at my second account, for example. I have a second account. It's in the, beginning stages of Flankertown. I'm really glad that increased experience gain for Survivor, Hero, and Schematic XP is a thing. That is a good thing that happened to Fortnite Save the World, and bad players have nothing to do with that in the first place. Some people might say that increased experience gain is the problem because that means players can actually make it to Twine Peaks faster, but you have to keep in mind that it's a double-edged sword. That means also better and great players are going to make it to Twine Peaks faster as well. I mean, before this mission that you guys are seeing in the background, I was playing another, 4-time Atlas mission. That mission is in my Blake Here the Black-Hearted gameplay. But long story short, I had 3 teammates. And they were all very helpful. We communicated and everything. They called out the final boss and, they melted the final boss. They were really enthusiastic, very positive. These teammates also built around, atlases. They upgraded atlases fully. And even though they were making a couple of new mistakes, we were having a great time. All right. So that's my point of view when it comes down to this whole increased experience is a problem issue. It's not. It's just that some players that play Save the World are stupid. Like, of course, my teammates in this video. Alright? That's why, like I said on my Blake Beard, the Black-Hearted gameplay, that I'm working on a Save the World project called Mistakes That Endgame Save the World Players Make, right? Because we need to educate these players, alright? We need to start making videos on how these endgame players can actually get better at Save the World, guys, okay? Some endgame players don't know any better, but of course, we also have the endgame players that are just selfish and stupid, alright? And they don't want to contribute at all. And let me tell you, I have had those players sometimes in my lobbies. Even at the higher levels of play, those players are an actual thing, okay, guys? Look, all I'm trying to say is that whether we have increased experience gain or not, these players are going to be part of the game, whether we like it or not. All right, eventually they're gonna make it to Twine Peaks. And another statement that I want to point out is that it's not easy getting to Twine Peaks. You need a lot of evolution materials, and evolution materials is something that you actually have to grind for in Fortnite Save the World, specifically since 4-time evolution material missions are somewhat rare, at least at the time I'm making this video. Also, to make it to the higher levels of Twine Peaks, like level 100 mission, it takes also a lot of grind. Specifically, again, when it comes down to evolution materials and, Survivor XP, which now, again, it isn't really that much because of increased experience gain. But the point is, some of these players are just uneducated, alright? Some of these players don't know any better. But most importantly, we need to keep in mind as a community that some of these players are just pieces of shits that don't want to contribute to the mission at all whatsoever, and they don't have general awareness, and they don't want to improve, and they don't want to get any better. We're just gonna have to deal with those players, sadly, because there really isn't anything that we can do. A couple of people have stated, why don't we have a vote to kick system and save the world? I'm gonna drop my opinion on that really quickly, and of course it's just gonna be that, my opinion. I'm not going to say whether a vote to kick system belongs in Save the World or not, but what I will say is that a vote to kick system in Save the World for me wouldn't make any sense, because if I were playing with 3 friends and I wanted to kick somebody out, I would just tell my 3 friends to just kick this guy out, and then we invite another friend of mine. Or 3 random people might just want to kick this other guy for no reason or just to be trolls, and it might happen. Again, there's a couple of pieces of shit players in Fortnite Save the World endgame, alright? So I don't think a vote to kick system might be a good idea. I don't think if it belongs in the game or not, but again, that's just what I think. Anyways, that's just my perspective on this recent problem that we have in Save the World. Instead of constantly complaining about it in the Fortnite Save the World subreddit or in video format, I will be taking action, of course, and I will be making a video, you know, on mistakes Save the World players make that they shouldn't be making, and of course, how to improve as a Save the World endgame player in general. Hopefully I'll be able to have that video out pretty soon, because in the past I have announced projects and then other content creators literally just, you know, get the idea from me. They don't even give me credit at all whatsoever. But I think I should have it out soon. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up that it's going to be coming out. And I also wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. I don't think increased experience is the problem. I think it's the actual players themselves. See you guys in the next one, and peace out.